Hi, my name's Tom Mitchell, and I'm hiding in my son's bedroom to answer 5 questions on That Time I Got Kidnapped, my new book. My first question then, can you tell us a little bit about your new book, That Time I Got Kidnapped? Well, the main character, Jacob, has won a competition to star in a new superhero film. The only thing is, he misses his connecting flight in Chicago, having flown over. And then decides, because he's an idiot, to get a bus from Chicago to LA, which is about another 2,000 miles away. And that's before he gets kidnapped by a mysterious girl called Jennifer, who's being chased by an even more mysterious figure called the Cowboy. Question number 2, why did you decide to set it on a road trip? Well, my first novel, How to Rob a Bank, I know the title, was a heist narrative, so I thought it made sense that the second was a chase. I also enjoy reading about road trips across the States in particular. I've done it a couple of times myself, and I just thought it'd make a contrast from the setting of Orpington for my first novel. Question number 3. Your main character, Jacob, is a Spider-Man fan. Who's your favourite superhero? I'd have to say, my wife aside, that Spider-Man's my favourite as well, I think. Just because, he's this Queens teenager trying to work out what it means to be an adult, and at the same time has all these amazing powers. And he's funny as well, I think. I can't overstate how important being funny is in this kind of thing for me, which means that I enjoy the Thor films as well. They're very funny. And Ant-Man, just the ability to control ants. That seems like a crazy but interesting thing to me as well. The next question, what would be your superpower of choice? It's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, I think there's a kind of psychological test which supposedly it says a lot about yourself, depending on which side of the invisible or flying superpower question you fall. But to be honest, mind control would be quite cool. Not least because I could just get everyone to go out and buy the book. That'd be quite useful. And also as a teacher, there'd be no problems with classroom discipline if you could control everyone's mind. Next question. That Time I Got Kidnapped is full of funny and embarrassing moments. What's your favourite? Well, I do like the cringe. I do like writing stuff that I find awkward, that makes me laugh. And there's one bit in particular, I think, when Jacob and Jennifer end up on this bus. They're hiding from somebody. They end up on a bus and it's full of musical theatre loving zombies, which in itself was funny to write, hopefully to read as well. But he's forced to sing a song in front of everybody. And I think some of my most terrifying moments have been on karaoke. So I really kind of poured out all the awkwardness that I felt during those times into this moment in the book, I think. And just, Jacob's this young British person in America, and it's a very similar country in lots of ways, but obviously it's very alien in lots of ways too. And so just being a fish out of water creates lots of funny moments, hopefully. And then the last thing, I'm going to read a short section from the book for you. I've got it here. There we go. And this section I've decided to read happens right at the start because I don't want to spoil anything for you. And Jacob's mum, just when they're at the airport in England ready to go and ready to send him off on his own, has come up with a list of things that she wants him to follow. And I'll read a bit of this for you. Mum read from her phone a list of things I shouldn't do. 1. Lose my passport. 2. Miss the plane. 3. Agree to carry things for strangers, especially friendly men with beards. 4. Eat or drink American things if I wasn't sure what they were. 5. Loiter. 6. Flush the plane toilet without the seat being down. 7. Forget to exercise my legs and get deep vein thrombosis. 8. Allow myself to be distracted when leaving the plane. 9. Lose the instructions about the connecting flight. 10. Miss the connecting flight. Understood, I said. Thanks, Mum. Do you want me to write them down for you? I'll write them down. I told Mum that it was fine and she didn't need to write them down. What was number 5 then? Asked Amy, that's his sister, suddenly present. Loiter? I asked. Mum beamed. Dad nodded. Amy yawned. And make sure you ring as soon as you land, they said in stereo. I crossed my heart and hoped to die, which I instantly regretted. It was Amy's turn to say goodbye. She chewed gum, and Mum told her to take her earphones out for heaven's sake. Hope you don't crash, she said, smiling. Amy, said Dad. What? She shrugged. I do. What's wrong with that? It'd be bad to say I wanted him to crash. She narrowed her eyes. Have you seen the weather in Chicago, by the way? It looks intense. Suddenly her phone was in her hand, and she was holding its blinding screen to my face. I couldn't take in the detail before Mum had fussed it away, and what I did read was a single word. Snowmageddon. And there we go. Thank you for listening. I'm Tom Mitchell, and I hope you enjoy That Time I Got Kidnapped.